The following scenario looks at using a brief CBT approach for a depressed mother with a young child. Depression is characterized by negative thinking styles, low mood, fatigue, and a reduction in activity levels. Notice how the GP uses the structured 5 areas of the cognitive behavioural model to identify the individual patient's specific negative thoughts about herself as a mother, as well as her key unhelpful behavioural changes. Later, she offers an empowering explanation for the patient's tiredness symptoms, which she calls depression tiredness. This helps to provide a rationale for increasing her activity levels.
I know when we met a few weeks ago, you were quite keen to look at some ways to try and manage your depression, maybe without medication. Is that what brings you in today?
Yes, I'd like that.
Right, okay. I'd like to take some notes, if that's okay, just to keep track of what we talk about. Would that be okay with you?
Yes, that would be fine.
You can have a copy to take away afterwards. What I find quite helpful is if we talk about a specific situation. I wonder if you could just think of a time, maybe a recent time, when you felt particularly depressed and it affected you.
Well, a few weeks ago I was due to meet up with some friends from antenatal classes. We used to meet up every week, but I felt so tired and low, I just couldn't go.
Right. So what was going through your mind when you were feeling tired and low that stopped you wanting to go?
Well, I started thinking about the other mothers laughing and chatting, and I wouldn't have anything to say.
And what would that mean if you didn't have anything to say?
They'd probably think that I was boring. Why would they want me there if I was just going to make everyone else miserable?
They sound like some really difficult thoughts to have. And how did it make you feel when you were thinking that?
Really low.
Right, okay. It's really understandable, I think, that you'd feel low if you're having quite self-critical, very negative thoughts, and that's quite common in depression to have those type of thoughts. Did it make you think anything about how they might see you, for example?
Well, the other children always seemed so happy. I started thinking maybe the other mother's doing a better job than me.
Right.
I worry a lot about Molly and wondered if she'd be better off with one of the other mums.
Right, okay. That must be really painful. And how does it make you feel to think that Molly might be better off with one of the other mums?
It made me feel really sad.
What tells you that Molly might be better off with one of the other mums?
Well, I always seem so in control with my depression. I just feel guilty that I'm not a very good mother.
You've mentioned a number of emotional feelings. You said you feel fed up, low, sad, and sometimes guilty. Do you have any physical symptoms or body reactions?
I get quite tearful, although that's mainly when I'm on my own. I'm so tired, I just don't have the energy.
Right. Are you getting good sleep at the moment?
Well, Molly keeps me up sometimes at night, so that makes me tired. But even after a good night's sleep, I'm still exhausted.
Right.